Welcome to Your Climate Toolbox. This video will show you the basics of navigating the toolbox in just a couple of minutes. The idea is very simple, which is why we've given it this warm, cuddly feeling of a toolbox. At the same time, more than 100 tools, and some of those tools can be used in lots of different ways. So there is a huge amount of content in here, even though it is very easy to navigate and take advantage of. Just a couple of things to be aware of. Let me press on the continue reading. For every page, you can go down through the page, and what you'll do is you'll see that there are hyperlinks. So the Toolbox roadmap, the Toolbox user guide. You simply click on those links to jump to that page in the toolbox. And in some cases, you'll end up with links to external videos, etc. It'll jump there, and then you can come back into the toolbox. But there is a user guide. You can go through it in just a few minutes, but there's really very little you need to know. At any time, you can click on the Climate Toolbox in the upper left-hand corner to get back to the front door to the toolbox, and you can see how the toolbox is broken up into several parts through the pins drop down. So this is always available to you. You can jump to the front door, you can jump to the roadmap, tracking climate change, which is where you can keep track of what's going on today, what's likely to happen with climate change, etc. We have a whole series of courses, a whole series of mini courses, tons of great collections of all kinds of resources that we've pulled together over the years and made available here in the Toolbox collections. Toolbox Audiences is coming soon. Climate search terms, thousands of search terms for Quora, for Google Scholar, for Google Images, all these different things for hundreds of climate topics, which you might find useful. Toolbox User Guide, and What's New, where you can see what we've most recently added or changes that we're making, because the toolbox is always evolving. So this makes it very simple. I'm just going to jump to Toolbox Courses, for example, and that will open up the Toolbox Courses page and lots of options there. I'm going to click on one particular course, and the reason I'm doing that is because that in the case of the courses, there is a child thought after each section of the course. So this sort of leads you in. Number one is the collapse of science and reason. That is the child thought here. If I click on that child thought, it will take me to the next part of the course. And when I'm done with that part of the course, I click on the next child thought, click on the next child thought. You can do this just to go from page to page in the courses. And this is really the only place you would do that. And ultimately, it'll bring you back to the front door of that course. And through here on the left, you can navigate back to the beginning of the course or to the Toolbox Courses page. And there's really not much more to it than that. You can jump around very easily. You can easily find your way back at any time, easily jump to other parts of the toolbox at any time, access external links, come back into the toolbox, and just a very easy tool to navigate, but representing an enormous amount of knowledge curation. We hope that's useful to you, and we hope that you'll subscribe to the toolbox. Some of the content is subscriber only. A lot of it is entirely open access. And we would invite you to use the toolbox and to subscribe to the toolbox. Thanks.